indeed seen her while she's been displaying, so you could say it's a pound per smile. She's still costing £2 million a year to run, £38,500 a week the Trust has to raise. It's always been a struggle. She's not funded by the government, obviously, and she no longer belongs to the Royal Air Force. So when you get the chance, you go and see the Vulcan Club stand, which is off to the left-hand end of the display area, and you'll see their pennants there. Do please go and see them. They'll be able to put you in touch with how to keep in touch with the Vulcan, the website, vulcantothesky.org. And they've got an amazing raffle running there. I'll tell you more about that in a moment, but the tickets are £2 each and some really fantastic prizes, including flying with the Vulcan. Now, she is just lining up to our left at the moment with Kev Rumens, the man flying her today. He's the co-captain. The other co-captain is Bill Ramsey, and there's a third member of the crew, the air electronics officer, and that's Phil Davies for today. So as she comes running in from our left, starting to accelerate, she's coming in quite slowly. As you can see, I can see as I look straight to our left, you can see how strong the wind is from her right. She's quite drifting significantly, yawing to the left. Here she is, the Admiral. You can see the air brakes coming out on the top and bottom of the wing as she turns away there. That's to slow her down after the acceleration. We just heard the beginning of a Vulcan howl from those four Olympus jet engines. About £16,500 of static thrust from each of those, £65,000 in total. This is the aeroplane, don't forget, that protected this country against the threat of nuclear holocaust in the days when she was part of the mutually assured destruction that prevented the Third World War happening. Coming back in towards us, Kev Rumens will apply the power soon and take her into about 3/4 of a spiral climb. The sound of the £65,000 of static thrust, and that was intended to carry an amazing bomb load. After she stopped being a nuclear bomber, when she handed that awesome responsibility over to the Royal Navy, she became a conventional bomber, and she was able to carry 21 1,000-pound bombs in a huge bomb bay, which we shall see later. As she comes by next time, you'll have noticed that the wheels have come down, all 18 wheels, and that's just to show what she looks like with the wheels down, because sad to say she won't be landing here today. There isn't quite the runway for it, but this is what she would be looking like if she were coming in to land. To get her back to that clean shape. It's interesting that that shape is so clean, because it looks clean, and when she goes away from us you see that it's a very slim shape, and in fact she was a stealthy aircraft long before stealth was even thought of. I was talking talking about the conventional bomb load. At the end of her operational career, about 33 years ago, just over 33 years ago, in 1982, a Vulcan hit the centre line of Port Stanley runway in the Falkland Islands with one bomb and the edge of the runway with another, making the runway unusable for Argentine fast jets. And until the Gulf War, it was the longest bombing raid in history, 7,760 miles round trip, about the same as from here to Bali in one hop. And it took no less than 18 air-to-air refuelings. The thing is, though, they had to drop 21 of those bombs to be sure of just having 2 of them hit the runway, because these were Second World War dumb bombs, and that's what you had to do. There is the bomb bay wide open. That's where those 21 1,000-pound bombs were held. So for the last few years of her life in the Royal Air Force, and she first flew in 1952, did the Vulcan prototype. For the last few years there was just this one aircraft, this particular aircraft, that was called the Vulcan display flight, because the people did not want to let Vulcan go. But eventually the Royal Air Force had to retire her, and she was retired in 1993. And then 2 people decided, basically, well, a lot of people decided, but 2 particular people decided that she ought to be preserved, and if possible, preserved in a flying state. As she comes by this time, watch for those bomb bay doors closing. See that area that held the 21 1,000-pound bombs, and the bomb doors are now closed. So in the 1990s, David Walton and his family, who bought this aircraft from the RAF and all the spares, and Dr. Robert Fleming, who decided that he ought to form something that eventually became the Vulcan to the Sky Trust. This magnificent aeroplane flying.
There's no slow.
Wonderful silhouetted against the puffy white clouds and the camouflage colour scheme, immaculately maintained by Taft Stone, the crew chief and chief engineer, who says 558, that's this aeroplane, XH558 is my baby. A team of 6 engineers who daily work miracles, keeping this 55-year-old aeroplane flying. And her number 558, 55 years she's been flying this particular aircraft, and 8 years since she was restored. She is as manoeuvrable as a fighter. She even has fighter-style control sticks. She doesn't have a big control yoke that most bombers have. She now lives at what used to be RAF Finningley. It's now called Robin Hood Airport, Doncaster, Sheffield. She was actually stationed there, this aircraft, between 1960 and 68, but she has her own hangar now, and you can go and visit her there. They have all sorts of visiting facilities there. And actually that facility will go on after she stops flying after this season. We also hope that she'll be able to continue to run her engines and be able to do fast taxiing on the runway there. So I think she's coming in now for her final pass, and we may be able to reflect a little of what happened in 1982, as I said, just over 33 years ago, when she dropped those 21 1,000-pound bombs on the Port Stanley airfield runway. We hope to be able to give you a little bit of a representation of that. Don't forget that when she has finished her flying display, you'll be very welcome at the club stand. Please do go and see them. there we are. If you've enjoyed today's display and you'd like to help keep XH558 going, you could just get your mobile out now and send a text. Text the letters VULC155, so Vulcan 15 and 5, the other 5 is for the amount you're giving in pounds, and text that to 70070.